passage today from Psalm 18, verse 6. Psalm 18, verse 6. And it reads, "In my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From his temple, he heard my voice. My cry came before him into his ears." Into his ears. One more time, Psalm 18, verse 6. "In my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From his temple, he heard my voice. My cry came before him into his ears." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
So, my dear brothers and sisters, the psalmist is saying what? In my distress. Do you have a distress? Yeah, many of us are distressed. In my challenges and difficulties, he says, in my distress, I love this one. I call to the Lord. So the first thing is, when the man was in distress, he didn't call to Akbalakbaji. He didn't call to his family. He said, I call to the Lord. When David was in trouble, difficulties, and challenges, to the extent that his own son, Absalom, they gang together with Ahithophel against him, said, in my distress, King David was running away. Are you in distress as you sit here? But look at what David is saying. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and I called for help in his temple, and my cry came to the ears of my God. And so, my dear family, as you are sitting here, in your trouble, in your challenges, I want you to call to the Lord. Amen. That is why when you call unto him, he will make a way for you. Amen. In every challenge that you go through, I don't know what is the distress. Maybe your business, maybe your family. Maybe you don't have family, things are not right. Maybe your husband is not treating you well. But David is telling us, in my distress, oh, I call to the Lord. So the first thing I want you to take home is this. God is not deaf and dumb to your cries. God is not deaf and mum to say to his ears. The Lord heard him. Maude adu unyano. Maude munya tekuno. Kakleri tekuno pa me mafonum. Aso hia. Aso fukpere adu una ola yipa temple ama. Tovifia idemavo. Amen. So the Lord your God, he said, he's not deaf and dumb to the challenges you see. He sees the challenges. He hears you. So when you are crying, my breath is Amen. He will hear you in my distress. The Lord, that is where the Lord heard the cry of David. You too, your God, will hear your cry this day. The cry of your marriage, the cry of your son, of your daughter, of your business, God will hear that for you. Amen. Look at this. In the distress, the season of your distress is covered by God. Amen.
Amen.
God has got that covered for you. Amen.
Amen.
That is why you sing the song. I know my God is able. I know my God is able to carry me through. Your God is able to carry you through. Amen. He's not deaf and dumb. He will listen to you. And then say, my help comes. He said, my help comes from the Lord in the temple. May your help come from the Lord. Amen. That is what the psalmist will say. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. God will be your helper who made heaven and earth. In my distress, I listen to the Lord. So that is it. So the next thing you must know, God has an open ear for your challenges. God has an open ear. You say, look at this. Where in the distress of the man, this man, the priest Zachariah. Zachariah was in the temple. He was not at the Kpalakpaji. He was not at the Malam. In the distress of what Zachariah, the Lord hears. Say, when the angel Gabriel came, God has heard your prayer, Zachariah. Your wife will give birth. So in the distress moment of what Zachariah, God listened to his prayer. You too, as you sit here, God will listen to your prayer. Amen.
Amen.
In that distress, say, God say, I have heard of your prayer. So God, you see, God has an open ear for your challenges. God has an open ear for your prayer of supplication. He will not close his ear to you. He will not close his mouth to you. He will not close his eye to you. He will grant you help from heaven. Amen. That's what happened to Zechariah. In the distress of Hannah, Hannah went to Shiloh and prayed. And the Lord heard. He said, the Lord heard. The Lord remembered Hannah. You too, God will remember you. Amen.
Amen.
The Lord will remember you. Amen.
Amen.
He will remember your husband. Amen.
Amen.
He will remember your business for you. Amen.
Amen.
He will remember your family and your children. And in the distressing moment of whatever you go through, the Lord will open and help will come for you. Amen.
Amen.
Our helper is close at hand. That was what happened to Zechariah. That was what happened to what Hannah. God will make a way where there seems to be no way for you. Amen. So menstru magavon mauri ipatumagbaw mawapon kumagbaw ang program asina godo eye paramutore avana godo. His help will be at your beck and call. In the distressive moment of the people of Israel, when they go to the Red Sea, before they cross the river, hey, Moses, you want us to die? And Moses, God said, raise your staff. In that distress, God made a way. May the Lord make a way for you.
Amen.
He will make a way for you.
Amen.
And you sing a song to glorify the Lord. And you sing a song to thank the Lord and say, blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory, salvation,